because I can't. Narcs intros are ridiculous, so I'm gonna skip through all of this wild shit.
We're discussing the monster coin system. It's
monster coin system. That is the phrase that I couldn't put together myself. But yeah, this is me learning about the monster coin system. I haven't learned about it yet. I haven't really read about it yet. So this is really my first iteration of learning of this, and I'm filming it because I'd like to add my opinion to whatever the fuck this thing is.
Potential and comparing it with similar systems in other MMOs. However, the monster coin system is fairly unique, so I'm looking forward to giving you guys
everything
the
in
ins
Ashes
and
of Creation
outs
is
of it.
fairly
If you're
unique.
discovering my channel through this video, here's a link to the
Open world complete overview,
which explains all the content related to the open world in less than 9 minutes.
Ooh,
Before
less
I
than
get on
9
with it,
minutes.
I got this chart here for you to see.
Steve, what up?
Kind of interesting, right?
Is that Chuck
anyway,
Norris's body?
Sit
I
back,
feel like that is.
relax, and let's begin, shall we?
He's the only guy I know who can pull off that much denim.
The monster coin system is probably one of the most unique systems I've seen added to an MMO.
Flavor-wise, Succumb to the Voice, Succumb to Us, that's definitely referencing the others, which is the 3 gods and then the Celestials that got kicked out to the Void when the other 7 guys decided that shit wasn't gonna fly.
In a long time. It was originally tested during the Adventures in the Apocalypse era with the Horde mode, having 50 players defending a town from waves of NPCs. However, it eventually developed into what we currently have today. It essentially allows players to play as hostile NPCs and attack nodes alongside them, using rare coins dropped from monsters out in the world. They're also purchasable from the cosmetic store, but we'll get into that later in the video, so stick around.
Whoa! I was not ready for Cthulhu Spider. That is nasty.
Some epic cosmetic store grilling. Anyway, this kind of mechanic is
Already
seen
don't like
in
the fact
World
that he
of
said something
Warcraft
about it being
with
in
the
a
vehicle
cosmetic
system,
store.
changing your UI, movement, and spell bar into
Okay, I've
one
done
more
that many
suited
times.
to the vessel you're currently controlling. It's also present in Guild Wars 2 with the use of some of
played
their
Guild
elite
Wars 2,
skills,
but I have played
transforming
plenty
you
of games
into
where
a
you have
new
a
form
transformation
and offering
mechanic.
you new spells for a limited time. I mean, the core mechanic of changing
World of
form
Warcraft
is
had it, right?
pretty much present in all MMOs. However, what Ashes of Creation is doing to make it unique is allowing you to use this system to sabotage rival nodes and PvP against players with it. Anyway.
So the sabotage rival nodes is really cool from like a strategic standpoint, especially considering the fact that if one node reaches a certain level, another node in its zone of influence cannot reach that level. So if a node, this is all to my understanding, I may be wrong, correct me in Twitch chat or correct me in the YouTube comments, but if one node hits like, let's say level 4, no other node in its zone of influence can hit level 4. They can only cap at level 3. So say you are a military node at level 4, and there is an economic node at level 3. Well, that economic node decided it really wants to get to level 4 to unlock the next level of their unique abilities, or to, upgrade all their jazz, whatever that node really needs. And maybe they have a large group of guilds in that economic node, so they decide to wage war on your military node. Now, right now, I don't know if it levels up or de-levels or takes away from the node if you win one of these sieges with the monster coins. Hopefully we'll go into that. If it does, that's a whole nother ball game, because I thought that you could only take away from a node's experience or level by winning a node siege. So I'd be interested to see what impact succeeding on one of these monster coin raids will have.
Okay, let's use a horde of zombie as an example for me to explain a few more things. When a variety of milestones are reached for your node, be it a successful building completion, a dungeon clear, or maybe just a general node advancement, a monster coin event will have a chance at spawning. Let's say the node expands into a forest and it disturbs a graveyard full of zombies deep within. The consumption of a monster coin will allow players to replace one of these zombies.
Okay, first off, that's awesome. That means that the AI is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, which is really cool. So if your node does a big dungeon clear, or it completes like a new building, or it goes up a level, then there is a chance upon each of those achievements for the AI to spawn a monster coin event. So it spawns an event, and if you have a monster coin, you then can partake of that event.
changing your spell bar into the attacks the zombie would normally have. The most interesting note with this system is that as a player defending the node, there's no telling which of these NPC zombies are actually player controlled.
I like that. You have some sort of an anonymity.
Displaying movement patterns outside the normal behavior
until
of
you start
the
whooping
zombie
that ass,
NPCs.
and then everybody knows
This
you're not an
allows
NPC.
for groups of players all posing as normal zombies to coordinate sudden attacks on defenders and instantly wiping them out before they can react.
That's
the
awesome.
potential of this is really exciting, and
It is.
personally, I think it's a very welcome addition to this already content-heavy game.
100%.
So obviously, a system like this is bound to be exploited by players and farmed for maximum benefits. So what are Intrepid implementing to stop this from happening? Well, first of all, if a monster coin event occurs on a node you're a citizen of, you are unable to use a coin to participate in the event. However, defense is still an option.
So
Additionally,
if you're part of the node
if a
being attacked, you can't
player-controlled
do anything,
monster
but you
is
can
killed
defend.
during the event, no loot will be available for that kill. Only AI-controlled mobs will be worth any loot. Furthermore, a monster siege is broken into...
It's still nice that you can get loot from the AI mob. So if the event happens and you beat them, it's not just like, oh, thank goodness that whatever the negative is didn't happen, but you get to save the effects of the negative as well as get loot. So that's kind of neat.
To 3 tiers, requiring one of 3 tiers of monster coin to allow you to participate. Legion coins are for the first tier, spawning for nodes levels 1 to 3. Elite coins are the next tier, spawning dungeon level boss mobs and their crew for a node between the village and metropolis stages.
So there's a little
and
overlap
lastly,
at level 3.
the epic monster coins allow you to transform into legendary world boss sized monsters, which only spawn on the final node level, metropolis.
So those will be late game before we ever see those.
A monster coin event will in no way affect a node siege, as these events do not spawn close to or during a siege. This system is intended as a separate piece of content to further rivalries between nodes instead of assisting the actual downfall of a node. Which leads us nicely into...
Oh, well, I'll pause.
So why would anyone want to bother to become one of these monsters outside of the rewards? The system's gotta have a purpose rather than just getting something out of it, right? Well, if the monsters attacking the node succeed with wiping out the guards and players, they have free reign of the node's facilities and useful NPCs. Meaning, rival citizens are able to use monster coins to rally the surrounding players farming the adjacent areas to defend and possibly overwhelm them. Defeating the defenders will allow you to disable certain buildings and core NPCs for use, such as repair NPCs, material NPCs, and even services like taxis and housing.
So that'll be pretty neat. If you're able to succeed on one of these monster raids, you can shut down their repair NPCs, which would then make it much harder for them to defend themselves from subsequent attacks, or even just make that group of players that are citizens of that node, make it much harder for them to survive in open world PvP or anything like that. So using a monster raid to weaken a node is pretty cool.
Which gives the players not a part of this node a chance to get a decent foothold on the gathering spots and farming routes close to the node temporarily. Successfully attacking or failure to defend a node from a monster coin event does not de-level or destroy the node. It is intended to just disable services for a short time. However, bear in mind that monster coins are spawned by the server reacting to nearby achievements and node progression, not by players. So there will be a certain amount of coordination and planning that would need to go into this kind of sabotage. Finally, the rewards. Outside of ruining your rival node's day, there are incentives to participate in defending and attacking a node in a monster coin event. These come in the form of cosmetic rewards related to the monsters that are involved. Now, it's unknown how these cosmetics will be dropping. They will most likely take the route of just dropping fragments required to craft the cosmetic piece, or even a more AIDS route like a low RNG drop chance. However, what I'm hoping for is a system that ties into another feature about the monster coin system that I haven't spoken about yet. The leveling and progression of the monsters as you play them.
Oh, that's amazing. You can level and progress your monster level? Or, I don't know, I wonder if it's general. Like, you've just done it so many times that you, as a monster, has a much more, what am I trying to say? More skills or abilities or aesthetics for your monster. Or if there's, like, specific monster skill trees. similar to, what's that game where you're a survivor and then you're a killer, and the killers each have little separate skill trees. Like, I wonder if it's that in depth, or considering this is yet another piece of content in an already content heavy game. That, what up, man? Cappy Stations. Cappy Stage. Cappy. What up, Cappy? But I wonder if it'll be like a general monster skill tree or level, or if it will maybe be a general level that then affects each individual monster, or maybe each one will have an individual one. Like I was saying, it's really hard to expect like a whole fucking skill tree for each monster when this is yet another piece of content in an already obscenely content-heavy game.
Quite off the cuff that regularly
But what up,
playing
Cappy?
and
How you
succeeding
doing?
as a
Thanks for
monster
coming in,
during
man.
these
First time
events
chat.
allows for a leveling system. There's hardly any information on this, but I'd love for the leveling system to work very similarly to the World vs. World and PvP reward tracks in Guild Wars 2, which essentially reward you faster and faster the longer you participate as an NPC, unlocking new spells
cool idea,
and
like a
attacks
stacking
along the way
experience
to
deal.
leveling the monster's progression. And finally, rewarding you with a cosmetic once you've maxed it out, allowing you to display your mastery of a certain monster as a cosmetic piece during other content. Finally,
I like the idea of having like a cosmetic piece to show off to people that you are a high level monster. But then if we go like lore and flavor wise, like it doesn't really make sense. But I don't care. It'd be really cool.
just want to say a few words about the fact that you can just buy monster coins from the cosmetic store. It
don't
not
like
only
it.
waters down the achievement of
do not
obtaining
like it.
these cosmetics, but it also gives the cosmetics obtained from these monster coin events a sense of you just bought your way into it kind of thing.
Yeah, for
really
sure.
devaluing that tier of cosmetics. People nowadays say, oh, it's just cosmetics, but cosmetic progression is an important part of MMOs.
I agree.
And there should never be a way to just
I don't really have a
purchase
problem buying
cool-looking
some
cosmetic
cosmetics.
gear. In short, get rid of it. The whole
However-
thing, no cosmetic store, please.
However, I don't know if I like the idea of these monster coins being able to be bought. I like the idea of how hard it would be, not hard, but how it would be more rare for you to have multiple coins at multiple times. I like the idea of like being one of the few people that has a higher level monster score or whatever, or one of the very few people that has an epic monster coin. The fact that you could just buy it, I feel like it just gives whales a little more, just an aspect. I know so far Ashes of Creation doesn't seem to be very pay. It doesn't seem pay to win at all to me. And this isn't pay to win again. This is just, it would give them more access to the aesthetics. It would give them more access to the clout just for having more money to spend. And while some things I don't really care about, just the monster coin system is so fucking cool that I would like it to be more hard to get into, make it more of an achievement, and to get these milestones in it, and just throw monster coins at people for money. I don't know. Or maybe the content will be kind of throwaway content, and it's just a way that they want to funnel fresh money into the system. I don't know. Don't make the content so fucking cool.
And that's pretty much all I got on the
Oh, okay, word. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Twitch chat or in YouTube chat. Just let me know what you guys think. If you think the cash shop's a good idea or not for the monster coins. If you've experienced any kind of the same monster system anywhere else in any games or any other content like it, let me know what you think. And, just let me know. Thanks for stopping by.